John Wayne, the Hollywood legend with the image of a strong and masculine cowboy, has dominated the screen for more than 5 decades. However, behind the rugged exterior is a life full of challenges and events. From the young Marion Morrison to the iconic Duke, his life is not only a legendary story on the silver screen, but also a personal battle. What is John Wayne's dramatic journey and the secrets behind his illustrious career? Discover this interesting story now. Rising to stardom in Hollywood, John Ford's choice of John Wayne in Stagecoach was not an easy one. Wayne was still relatively unknown at the time, and casting him as the lead in a high-budget Western was a huge gamble. Several studios had previously rejected Stagecoach, skeptical of Wayne's ability to play the leading role. Producer Walter Wanger initially wanted Gary Cooper for the role, but eventually accepted Wayne when Ford committed to making the film. They even provided $250,000 for the production, a considerable sum at the time. Ultimately, this decision proved to be incorrect, as Stagecoach was not only a commercial success, but also received 7 Oscar nominations, bringing in a profit of $297,690. The resounding success of Stagecoach opened a period of collaboration that lasted throughout the careers of Wayne and director John Ford. The relationship between the two, although not without controversy, produced a series of classics in the Western genre. For more than 20 years, Ford and Wayne worked together to create films that not only had a great influence on cinema, but also helped shape the Western genre, creating the image of a great hero and captivating viewers. They collaborated on films such as Fort Apache, 1948, She Wore a Yellow Ribbon, 1949, and Rio Grande, 1950, which are indispensable works in the Western film canon. John Ford was known for his tough and meticulous directing style. He often criticized Wayne for his acting style, once saying that Wayne acted like a boiled egg and walked like a hippopotamus. Despite these criticisms, it was Ford's rigor that helped Wayne develop and improve his acting ability, resulting in increasingly sophisticated and nuanced performances. This partnership not only shaped Wayne's style, but also produced great works of art. After the success of Stagecoach, Wayne quickly became an icon of the Western genre, which was not only popular but also flourished in the 1940s and 1950s. His career took off with classics such as Howard Hawks' Red River, 1948, and Rio Bravo, 1959. These films not only highlighted Wayne's ability to portray complex characters, but also demonstrated his ability to convey the powerful values of resilience, honesty, and courage that characterize the American hero. John Wayne's influence on the Western genre is undeniable. He helped elevate the genre from B-movies to genuine works of art. His films, especially The Searchers 1956, have been named by the American Film Institute as some of the best Westerns ever made. Through these roles, Wayne established the image of the great American hero, strong, determined, and relentless in fighting for what is right. Although deeply attached to the Western genre, John Wayne was not only a star of Western films. He demonstrated his versatility in other genres such as The Quiet Man, 1952, where he played an American man who travels to Ireland in search of peace and love, or Donovan's Reef, 1963, a romantic comedy. These roles demonstrated that Wayne was not only capable of playing strong, resilient characters, but also could flexibly transform into humorous and touching roles, bringing audiences a wide range of emotions. Regardless of the genre, Wayne's strong presence on screen was always an indispensable element. This has helped him maintain his fame and appeal for decades, affirming his position as a living legend of Hollywood. Although he was known for his heroic on-screen persona, John Wayne's personal life was much more complicated. Behind his illustrious film career were his family relationships, strong political views, and constant financial challenges throughout his life. These factors have contributed to a multi-dimensional picture of Wayne's legacy, beyond what the public knows through his films. Personal life behind the camera. Wayne's marital journey began in 1933 when he married Latino Josephine Sayens. The marriage lasted until 1945 and produced 4 children: Michael, Mary Antonia, aka Tony, Patrick, and Melinda. During his marriage to Josephine, Wayne had to juggle his growing career and long business trips, which strained his family relationships. Despite this, they maintained a stable family life in their early years. Wayne's second marriage took place in 1946 to model and actress Esperanza Bauer. However, this marriage did not last long, ending in dissatisfaction. The years living together with Esperanza were marked by accusations of adultery and the mental crisis that both faced. They eventually divorced in 1954. Wayne's third and longest marriage was to Pilar Palet, a Spanish actress. They married in 1954 and had 3 children: Isa, John Ethan, and Marisa. Pilar was the one who helped Wayne rebuild his family life after the previous ups and downs. However, as before, Wayne still had difficulty balancing family and career. Pilar admitted, although he loved us, there were times when we felt we could not compete with his career and his loyalty to the Republican Party. In addition to his film career, John Wayne was also known for his extremely conservative political views, which often led to controversy. Wayne was one of the founders of the Motion Picture Alliance for the Preservation of American Ideals in 1944, a radical anti-communist organization that played a major role in fighting communist influence in the American film industry. He served as its president from 1949 to 1953, along with such big names as Walt Disney and Ronald Reagan. One of Wayne's most notable statements was an interview with Playboy magazine in 1971, in which he spoke out strongly on social and political issues. These views were not only shocking, but also remained a topic of long-standing controversy. Statements on racial issues and the role of people of color in American society made him one of the most controversial figures in popular culture. Despite earning millions from his film career, Wayne was not without financial difficulties. He faced many failures in his investments and financial management. One of the biggest failures was the losses caused by the mismanagement of Beau Roos, whom Wayne trusted to manage his investments. This resulted in Wayne losing a huge sum of up to $700,000 in an investment project in Panama. Wayne's most costly financial project was The Alamo, 1960, a film in which he invested heavily both financially and physically. The project cost about $1.5 million, about $9 million in today's dollars. To raise enough money for the film, Wayne had to mortgage his home and use his car as collateral. However, The Alamo did not generate enough profit, leaving Wayne in a large debt. One of Wayne's most successful business ventures was the 26-Bar Ranch in Arizona, where he hosted bullfights every Thanksgiving, an event that became a long-standing and beloved tradition in the area. However, despite his success, Wayne still had to maintain a busy filming schedule to maintain his income. In addition, although he lived on a large estate in Encino, California, with an Olympic-sized swimming pool, Wayne maintained a fairly modest and less flashy lifestyle than many other stars. He believes that maintaining a modest lifestyle is necessary to maintain his career and avoid future financial troubles. Despite earning millions of dollars, Wayne still has to work constantly and has had to start over many times when financial projects encounter difficulties. In 1964, at the age of 60, John Wayne faced the biggest challenge of his life: lung cancer. The battle with cancer begins. After years of heavy smoking, Wayne was diagnosed with early-stage lung cancer, a news that shocked not only himself but also his fans around the world. Soon after receiving the diagnosis, Wayne sought to face the disease strongly and openly, thereby creating the famous term the Big C when talking about cancer, which helped him share his story directly and closely with the public. When doctors determined that the cancer was serious, Wayne had to undergo emergency surgery to completely remove his left lung and some of his ribs. Smoking was the main cause of his cancer, with a habit of smoking up to 7 packs of unfiltered Camel cigarettes a day. Doctors said the surgery was high risk, as removing a whole lung could have a huge impact on his health in the future. However, Wayne refused to give up and was determined to overcome this challenge, despite the pain and what could happen. Initially, he was hesitant to go public about his illness, worried that it would affect his career, which was synonymous with the image of an indomitable hero. However, after careful consideration, Wayne decided to share his story with the public, not only for the support from fans, but also to raise awareness about cancer and encourage people to get tested early. Wayne said he hoped that going public about the disease could help others facing the same disease and create positive change in the community. Despite facing serious health risk, Wayne decided to return to work after making an amazing recovery. Despite doctors' advice that he should not work too soon, just a few months after his surgery, he flew to Durango, Mexico to film The Sons of Katie Elder, 1965. Filming at high altitudes made Wayne's health even more difficult. With only one lung left, he faced great challenges when it came to physically demanding scenes such as horseback riding, gunfights, and even diving. However, with sheer willpower and resilience, he performed all of these scenes without any substitutes. This showed Wayne's indomitable spirit, a quality he displayed not only on screen but also in real life. Despite his many health challenges, he insisted on continuing to perform action scenes, despite the fatigue and shortness of breath he faced. This determination and courage left a deep impression on the audience, making his on-screen image even greater. However, it cannot be denied that the consequences of the surgery left a significant mark on Wayne's physical abilities. His health was no longer what it had been before, with symptoms of shortness of breath and limited stamina, especially in physically demanding scenes such as races or fight scenes. Directors had to adjust the scenes to accommodate Wayne's health, and although he remained in admirable form, these physical challenges gradually affected his later work. However, John Wayne never let his health problems stop him. He continued to act until the last years of his life, constantly demonstrating his stamina and resilience. His final months were marked by his great acting career, where he proved that despite being a big star, he was still a tireless fighter for his own life. After overcoming the surgery, Wayne became a strong advocate for cancer awareness. Despite advice from media experts and managers, he decided to hold a press conference at his home to share his story with the public. Wayne not only wanted to encourage people with cancer, but also wanted people to better understand the treatment process and how to prevent the disease. His frankness and openness inspired many people, causing many cancer patients to request similar surgical procedures as Wayne had undergone. Moreover, after going public about his cancer, Wayne received admiration from the community, and his fans continued to send him well wishes and encouragement. This not only helped him continue to fight the disease, but also sparked a movement to raise cancer awareness in the community, making prevention and treatment an important part of social life. And then the final goodbye came. The Shootist, 1976, directed by Don Siegel, was not only John Wayne's final film, but also an emotional farewell to his great career. With The Shootist, Wayne not only portrayed a character facing death, but also brought a part of his own life, reflecting the pain and struggle he had gone through. The last role. J.B. Brooks is not just a fictional character in a Western, but also a very clear reflection of John Wayne's own life. This character, like Wayne, lived a life full of battles, with a proud career but also faced with a devastating disease. Although Wayne did not have terminal cancer at the time of filming, his previous battle with cancer created a deep empathy for the character. This is made even more evident when you consider that Wayne is not only an actor, but also an active participant in cancer awareness campaigns. He appeared in a promotional video for the American Cancer Society, which used scenes from The Shootist to highlight the connection between his role and his real-life struggle with the disease. Filming The Shootist was not an easy process, especially for someone like Wayne, who was dealing with multiple health issues. Despite his determination to complete the film, Wayne encountered many physical obstacles, which made the work particularly challenging. While filming in Carson City, Nevada, at an altitude of 4,600 feet, Wayne struggled with the symptoms of having only one lung. This required him to use oxygen constantly and have 24/7 medical care. His condition also required careful management and treatment, including a course of treatment for an enlarged prostate that would later require surgery. Additionally, during filming, Wayne suffered a severe case of influenza, which halted production for 2 weeks. Despite all these difficulties, Wayne never gave up. With his tenacity, he continued to shoot challenging scenes, which included action sequences, gunfights, and physical combat. Despite his failing health, Wayne had a major influence on the production of The Shootist. His contract granted him final approval of the script and changes during production. This led to several important changes, including moving the filming location from El Paso to Carson City to accommodate Wayne's health, as well as changing the ending of the film to protect the honor of the J.B. Brooks character. One of the most notable changes was Wayne's decision to reject a scene in which his character would shoot his opponent in the back, upholding a principle he had held throughout his career. A gunslinger never shoots a man in the back. This not only reflected the character's personality, but also served as a message of courage, honor, and respect in all that he did, even in the face of death. Despite his severely failing health, Wayne was determined to complete The Shootist. This was not just a typical Western, but a move-in farewell, reflecting the pain of a man coming to the end of an impressive life. Viewers who had followed his career for decades saw not only a powerful gunslinger on screen, but also a John Wayne battling with his own life and death. The empathy between J.B. Brooks and John Wayne is undeniable, and this is one of the most heartfelt and moving performances of his career. The Shootist is not only the end of a great career, but also an emotional farewell for fans, portraying a man who never gave up, even in the face of life's greatest difficulties. The last days of John Wayne. John Wayne's life and career came to a dramatic close, with his final moments showing his resilience and indomitable spirit. Wayne's final chapter began at the 51st Academy Awards on April 9, 1979. Despite being terminally ill, Wayne decided to attend the event to present the Oscar for Best Picture, a powerful and symbolic act of his spirit to overcome his fate. The evening at the Music Center Pavilion was John Wayne's last public appearance. Despite his failing health, he wore a tuxedo, with a wetsuit underneath to help him maintain his signature broad-shouldered physique. When Johnny Carson introduced him, the entire audience stood up and applauded, a great tribute to a screen legend. Wayne reacted emotionally to the warm welcome, saying, "It's almost the only medicine a man needs." The event was marked by another emotional moment when Wayne presented the Best Picture award to The Deer Hunter and received a loving hug from Sammy Davis Jr. backstage. In a brief but poignant speech, Wayne shared memories of his long and illustrious journey in Hollywood, which moved everyone. These were the final highlights of his career and life before entering the most difficult days. Shortly after the awards ceremony, Wayne's health continued to decline rapidly. On May 2, 1979, he was admitted to UCLA Medical Center for his second cancer surgery of the year. The surgery revealed that the cancer had spread to his lower abdomen, requiring the removal of part of his intestine. Despite his deteriorating health, Wayne maintained a positive spirit and great determination throughout his treatment. During his hospital stay, John Wayne received support from all over the world. Telegrams of well wishes were sent to him from many famous people, including Queen Elizabeth and President Carter, who visited him at his bedside. These sentiments only highlighted the love people had for Wayne, who had become a cultural icon not only in America but also around the world. Despite facing serious health problems, Wayne's spirit did not waver. He continued to walk around the hospital, demonstrating a physical and mental strength that few people could have in such circumstances. Doctors tried many treatments to help him maintain his health, but Wayne's condition gradually became irreversible. One of the most touching moments in his final days was when his daughter, Isa, held his hand and asked him if he recognized her. Wayne's last words were a profound affirmation of love. "Of course, I know who you are. You are my girl. I love you." Before his death, Wayne made two important decisions about his life. He converted to Roman Catholicism, a deeply personal decision that reflected his belief in a supreme being before he died. He also requested that his tombstone be engraved with the Spanish words feo, fuerte y formal, which means ugly, strong, and formal, a saying that accurately reflected his character and way of life throughout his life. Wayne's family decided to hold a private funeral in keeping with his wishes. They asked that instead of flowers, donations be made to the John Wayne Memorial Cancer Fund at UCLA Medical Center, an important initiative his family established after his death. John Wayne's legacy lives on through his significant contributions, especially in the fight against cancer. In 1985, his children established the John Wayne Cancer Fund, which focuses on research and improving treatments for cancer patients. The fund not only helps those battling the deadly disease, but also maintains Wayne's indomitable spirit, who faced every challenge in life with strength and determination to never give up. Wayne's legacy, as a strong, tough man who was also compassionate and gentle, continues to inspire millions, and the John Wayne Foundation continues to help cancer patients around the world, reflecting his resilience in facing the disease that ultimately took his life. Do you remember what moment in John Wayne's career impressed you the most? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more interesting updates. Thank you, and see you in the next videos.